it's, because I smoke weed here and there, but like some of the shit is just too good.
Yeah.
It's over the top. You're yeah. Hey, but what's it called? They'll bring like, it's like mainly CBD with like 2% THC, and we'll like smoke a joint of that, and you're like, perfect. You're able to conversate. Like
CBD and like 2% THC.
Yeah, it's like a hybrid.
Where do you get that to smoke that?
You got to get it at like a dispensary or whatever.
I didn't realize they sold like actual smokable.
They do, yeah, 100%.
Like, but is it like the oil or is it flour?
No, it's flour.
Really?
That's what it's saying. Yeah, dude, it's like this hybrid of CBD.
So it's like the nice like conscious high.
Dude, it's the effects without the like, oh fuck. Oh,
Oh, I hate that.
Yeah. Sometimes, clients will come in, well, smoke, and I'll do like a little, and I'm like, high. I'm like, oh shit, like,
really?
I'm like, cool,
Well, no, it's true because like,
I mean, dangerously potent, dude.
Well, I've gotten to a point where like I'm kind of like I was never paranoid off weed. Like I love weed. I love everything. I'm very like weed is a very positive experience for me.
Totally.
Like I've never
for the most part.
For the most part, like I'm not really someone that's gonna dive into the darker realms. I mean, I don't do psychedelics for that reason.
Yeah.
But like weed has always been a very positive. Like I'm doing it to enhance something I like.
Totally,
I never do it just cause like fuck it, let's smoke weed.
Like my favorite pastime, dude. Smoke a little, start painting, put on some music.
Yeah.
Just make shit sound better, make stuff look
cooler.
You
just vibe so much harder with things.
Yeah.
But like recently, I mean the last probably 4 times I've smoked, maybe it's because I have like bigger like intervals in between. Like recently, I'll like take 1 or 2 hits off a joint. Right, buddy will bring some weed over, and I'm just fucking planted.
Yeah.
Like I'm planted. I'm like in and out of the conversation. Just don't want to be there. I'm like, dude, you need to go home.
Yeah.
Like I'm going to bed.
Yeah.
I'm like, what's the point of that? So like I've gotten to a point where like I'm looking for all these like, I don't want to spend like a bunch of money on weed that's probably gonna dry out before I can actually smoke all this because I'm gonna get way too high.
100%. I have clients who'll just kick me weed or whatever. I'll have an eighth for like a month and a half.
Yeah.
Because I'm like doing one
time. It's like, let me just have a roach with like just a tiny.
Yeah. I mean, I'll have a bowl packed for 2-3 days sometimes and just do like little rips,
Even like, I mean, I stay away from my bong. Like, I haven't smoked my bong in like almost a year now. Yeah. It's just too much.
I made that mistake, like trying to be like, one of my homies like smokes a bunch. I took a couple big fat rips. And I was cool, and then we were talking. I'm just like, fucking power down.
Well, that's the worst because like you hit it, you're like, yeah, I'm chilling, we're gonna smoke pot, and then because you can't take it back.
No,
you just can't. You can't. Like once you're in, you're in.
Yeah.
Like being drunk, like I don't care how drunk you are, like you can sober up for like a split second and like realize what's happening.
Like, okay.
Or just pass out. But like weed, it's like no matter how hard the harder you try, the deeper you're going.
Yeah. Even if all your homies are high, you're like, fuck, they know I'm high. They're looking at me because I'm high. Yeah.
No, I hate it, but
yeah.
Well, it's funny. It's like I almost want to like buy the shittier weed. Like, do you have shitty weed so I can smoke a bunch of it?
When my people get me herb or whatever, I tell them like, give me the
crap
bottom of the barrel shit. Yeah, because I told them give me the upper echelon. It's like $70 for this little piece.
Yeah, dude.
And you're just too fucking high. Yeah.
Just roasted.
Yeah.
Totally done.
Yeah.
Dude, I fucking feel you.
Yeah.
Wait, so you can move this by the way. Good. You can. I mean.
Sounds pretty good. I mean, or I don't know what it sounds like on there.
Well, you just as long as you keep it like 2 fists, whatever.
Yeah,
you can play around with it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wait, so that's actually kind of a funny scenario. If you smoke before a tattoo, like I mean, that's a pretty. I mean, it's not just a piece. Like you can't just go to the next canvas. Like that shit's fine, right?
Yeah.
Have you ever like had to tell someone like, you know what, I just got too high?
No, because I mean, even back in the day, I didn't really care too much, you know. But now. It depends on the client, Like if I could vibe well with the client, then and it's a long piece, I'll go because I have like a little like pipe and some weed in the back. I'll just do like a little, little zipper, and it's good.
You're chilling.
Yeah, but sometimes I'll take a big one, and I'll be right on that cusp, like oh fuck. But I don't do it if I'm doing like intricate stuff. It kind of depends on the piece.
Yeah, I mean you've been doing it long enough not to fuck that up.
Totally.
Has there ever been a time where like maybe you like drank or like did something stupid before where you were just too messed up to do a tattoo?
Yeah.
It's like going on stage drunk.
Well, no, like I tried to do this tattoo and I was hungover, dude.
Oh.
Bad. And so I ended up killing the tattoo. Looked awesome, but I took a break like every 20 minutes.
Oh damn,
dude. Yeah, because I was just like swimming still. I'm like fuck, Yeah.
Oh my god, that's hilarious.
Yeah.
That's fucked up.
It is.
I don't know how. What's funny is like I've been a musician my whole life. I've never been opposed to people getting drunk or smoking pot. Like to each their own.
Yeah.
But I never understood how these like great musicians and people. Oh, I play better when I'm high.
Yeah.
Oh, I
some
play better
people, some people just can. That's how they function, dude. It's like fucking just ripped.
Well, it's also like when I get like that, it like kind of breaks down the barrier. Like you're high, you're drunk. It kind of takes off that like self judgment, so you can be more free with it, right?
Yeah.
Like I totally get that. Me, I fucking suck.
Yeah.
Like I won't.
In my head.
Well, to the point, like even at shows, like I'll get like maybe a shot of whiskey, and I'll sip at the shot of whiskey like for the hour before I go on.
Yeah,
and that's the max for me.
Totally.
I won't even have a beer. Like,
you do it like responsibly, as per what alcohol should be, is to,
Well, because some people can like drink like 5-6 beers and like they can be tipsy, but they play fine. They play great, right? Like, dude, even the slightest buzz from me and I'm roasted.
Yeah. I guess when I play pool,
Ooh,
right?
Okay.
1 beer, I'm like shooting okay. 2 beers and a shot, I'm like fucking spot on, dude. Everything's like relaxed and you focus. 3 beers and it's a shot to shit.
So you have that sweet spot.
Yeah.
I have yet to find a sweet spot.
Yeah.
Because I always feel like kind of bummed out because I like smoking pot, right? And you always feel kind of cool, like you're hanging out at a cool venue. Maybe you're playing a cool venue. You're about to go on stage. You're hanging out with like the headlining band or whatever.
Yeah.
Hey, you want to take a hit of this joint? I'm just
You're
like, yeah, but I can't because
Yeah.
I'm not
I want to, but I'll ruin it.
Well, like I got
Yeah.
buddies, they come over and they'll smoke and like go home. Like totally fine. Like, they'll smoke a whole joint with me. And they'll drive home.
Yeah.
I'm like, dude, I was high till like 4 a.m.
Yeah.
How the fuck did you get home?
Yeah. I smoke like when I get high, I'm like at the house and I know there's nobody to answer to and I could just
That's the only time I'll do it.
Yeah, dude.
It's like I have to be totally alone and like there's nothing going on anymore.
Yeah.
Forever.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah.
That's one of those rabbit holes of a conversation.
Oh, I know it.
Like pot and like
And then you get stoned and you start talking about God and you start talking about government conspiracies.
You get fucking super paranoid. It's okay. I got a very good friend of mine. He's a comedian. He went through a conspiracy phase.
Oh, yeah.
And he was totally sober.
Yeah.
He was like up for weeks, just conspiracy theory after the other.
We all got him, dude.
And it was hilarious because at the time, this was like years ago, like him and I were trying to start a podcast.
Yeah.
That was just kind of like no formal structure, just it was a mess.
Rants. Yeah.
But and of course the first day he shows up and like he's like 2 days into his conspiracy theory thing. So like the first 3 episodes were just him going off about conspiracy theories.
All fucking cracked out.
And like by the end of it, I felt like I was fucking on drugs.
Yeah.
I was like, who's thinking this shit up? Like the pigeons. Have you heard that one?
No.
You haven't heard the pigeons one? So
dude, no.
The whole theory is like, you ever seen pigeons outside of a city? Like you don't see pigeons in the forest. You don't see pigeons in the woods. Pigeons are a government like
oh shit, yeah.
like robots that like they watch.
The trickling disease on us. Yeah.
Well, yeah, they see everything. They're like in all the cities, and I was dying laughing because he was convinced.
Yeah. Yeah. You know who Alex Jones is? Alex Jones for like InfoWars. He's like that dude. He's all about government conspiracies, like talking about like the lizard theory. Have you heard that? The lizard theory?
No, what is this?
I don't know enough to like speak on it, but basically like these upper echelon people are like half human, half lizard. And this is a you could look it up, Google it, like the lizard theory. It's a whole thing, and this guy's like, yeah, he's one of those. Some of the stuff, if you listen to his show, is crazy.
Yeah.
You know, you're like, okay, it kind of makes you think, but a lot of it, you're like, nah. You know. Anyways, we met him at the airport in Houston.
Really?
In Austin, yeah. Like, that's fucking Alex Jones.
Did you like ask
yeah,
him?
oh yeah, totally. We got a picture with him and everything, because I've heard a lot of his show, you know. And,
where you're like, how is this true? Did you like interrogate him?
No,
at all?
I was, because he's one of those dudes that'll just be like, how much time you got, buddy?
You're
you
like,
know, oh shit, I gotta catch a flight. He's all, get the next one. Yeah, I got a picture with him, and I was like, all right, cool.
That's sick.
Yeah,
I've always wanted to like run into someone like that.
Yeah,
because they pretty much dedicate their lives to like, you know, diving so deep into this that
dude, yeah,
they could almost convince anybody. You know?
They can, and he's a talker. You know what I mean? It's where you're like, fuck. Some of you are like. And he's talking about lizard people, and you're considering it. So,
yeah,
you know.
absolutely.
Yeah.
No, and there's people like that. Like, and I've always wanted to talk to someone that's truly educated on that.
Yeah.
Because like it's one thing for someone to go off and like just ramble about bullshit.
Yeah. He holds weight because he gets all the story.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Not just CNN or, you know.
Oh man, I would have missed 3 flights for that.
Yeah.
I think I'm not as responsible as you. So
yeah.
it's okay. I don't know if you've heard this one, the mushroom spore. How people came from the mushroom spore. It's like a whole new theory.
Okay, yeah, I've heard the same thing where before like trees and life and dinosaurs, everything was fungus.
Yeah.
Everything. So I'm like, okay, that makes sense.
Like, why not, right?
Yeah.
But it's like isn't that crazy that we live in that time? We live in the era where, like, aliens fucking around with the ancient people. Like, why not, right?
Dude.
We used to laugh at the guy with the crazy hair in the History Channel.
Because
it's like
aliens.
And it's like, they pushed it real hard.
They
but
did,
at the same time, it's like we also live in the time where maybe.
Yeah.
That movie Prometheus?
Yeah.
It's like, maybe.
Yeah. What was the other one? But yeah, there's a bunch of them.
Yeah, just it's totally...
Because they're, because possibly,
Well, that's how cool is that, though, right?
Yeah.
How cool is that? Because, 10 years ago, no way. 20 years ago, freaking, they'd put you in a padded cell.
Yeah.
But now we're just like, this is a discussion now.
Yeah.
So, we came from mushroom spore because everything was fungus. Like, maybe.
Tell me more.
Like, 90% of people will be like, maybe. All right.
Yeah,
What do you got to say about
Yeah.
that? Cool. I'll think about it.
First, they'll look at how many followers they have on Instagram. And be like, okay, he has 13,000. Like, yeah, he's viable.
Well, it's like 13,000 people believe this. I can jump on board.
Cool. Let's do it.
And boom, the next religion.
Yeah.
The next cult.
The spore folks.
The spore folks.
Yeah.
Fucking love that.
Yeah.
And we're sober too. Look at that.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Gavin, welcome back.
Hey, thank you.
Thanks for coming back on, man.
Totally,
I'm really,
man.
really
Stoked
stoked.
to come back.
Before I ask you, I actually have I'm really excited to have you because you've introduced me to so much music. Dude, since the last time you come here, you've changed my life.
No shit.
With the music you've
Damn,
introduced me to.
tight.
I'll pull it up. I have a fucking playlist on my Spotify. You can follow me. Gavin's World.
No
And
way.
Everything you send me.
That's like Bobby's World. Remember that cartoon, Bobby's World?
No, I don't remember that
Oh,
one.
man.
Bobby's, what was it on?
It's like Nickelodeon.
Bobby's World. Fuck.
Yeah.
Sounds familiar though. Why do I know that?
Because it was like, it wasn't a cartoon. It was like half real life, half cartoon. Bobby's World. Yeah.
That sounds super familiar.
Yeah.
I watched a lot of Adult Swim growing up though.
Okay. Yeah.
So I was watching the weird shit.
Yeah. Bobby's World was probably like late 90s, early 2000.
Yeah, I was a little kid by then.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
But
it's funny you say that though, because there's like a handful of people that have the same playlist.
Gavin's World.
Oh, all the music I send them, because it's literally it's a hobby of mine. I love finding new like obscure music, and it's crazy because I'll listen to two bands that are playing the same genre. It's pretty much playing the same shit, but there's always that one that just has that extra something.
Yeah.
You don't know what it is, but you're like, this one's better. It'll be the same tempo, the same all this shit, but you're like, this one has it, and I like that.
I wonder if it. I don't wonder. I guarantee it has a lot to do with how they recorded it.
Totally.
You know, like
or
playing the
maybe
same
you
thing.
just like how they sing it. How they play
What's what I
it,
mean? Like
it's
not even like the compressors and like the quality. It's like when they record, like that moment they record.
Yeah, totally.
You know, that touch,
that emotion. Yeah.
People think that like if you play it perfectly, you're gonna be great, but it's like no. Even the the most uneducated person in music, right? Quotes. Can hear it, can feel the touch.
Totally. Yeah.
I
feel like I've had like an acute ear to music. I couldn't play it.
Yeah.
So I like took my time to like understand it, to like,
Yeah, it doesn't even take like, studying it, just like listening to it and like picking up like, oh, why do I like this band doing the same thing better, right?
Yeah, totally.
It's the way the drummer's hitting the hi-hat.
Yeah.
It's
or just that, when he's about to, he just goes.
Yeah, just playing with your, like pulling all your emotions, like, come on.
Yeah, yeah.
Very much why John Bonham of Zeppelin was like so great, because like, he wasn't the fastest drummer. He wasn't like this incredible beat maker like fucking Danny Carey.
But you just feel that.
But the way he hit it, like no one, for some reason, no one else could do that, right?
Yeah,
and you're just like, this is why he's the best. Travis Barker's a good example.
Totally.
Yeah.
All the music I've ever listened to, I've always gravitated towards the drums, right?
Yeah.
And like a lot of my music influence comes from my good friend Ricky. He's a drummer, and so a lot of that stuff was brought to me through a drummer's perspective. You know what I mean? So I'm like, oh fuck, all right, that's cool.
That's crazy because I literally in my last episode I was talking about like when I pick up a guitar, when I vibe with music, like for me it has to start from the groove, right? Whether it's the rhythm or like the beat, whatever it is, but there has to be a groove because the groove sets everything.
100%. Hey, there's like heavy metal to where you're like slamming, but then there's like the drummer from James Brown.
Ooh, yeah.
He just hit it and you're like, oh.
And then everything else just fits in that.
Yeah. I mean, to me, that's like more heavy than like a breakdown.
Oh, yeah.
And it's just solid funk beat.
Funk is like, funk is heavy. That's just like, that's it.
Dude,
funk is heavy as shit.
Yeah, so funny. I've done a lot of like soul searching in my life, like spiritual work, and I feel like, this is not even a joke. I feel like in a past life I was like a black drummer.
Okay.
Right? It's come to me in different aspects.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's always been this like deep rooted soul that I have when it comes to music, like Stevie Ray Vaughan, dude.
Oh.
Yeah. I was just in Austin and saw a statue. You see that picture?
Oh, yeah, I saw.
That was the only sightseeing we did, was to go see the SRV statue.
Oh my god,
Yeah.
dude. That guy
Yeah.
That guy is the reason why we have so many guitar players.
He
that we
died
love.
the day I was born.
Did he really?
Yeah, March 26, 1985.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Birthday's March 26th?
Yeah.
Mine's the 30th.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Tight.
Damn. So you have a deep connection with him, huh?
Dude, yeah. Oh, plus, it's like that was...
His soul was leaving your soul, so you guys crossed paths, right?
Dude, yeah. As above, so below,
Fucking metal.
Yeah, I grew up on that, dude. My dad, I knew when it was, because he was a cook, he'd be cooking, and Stevie Ray Vaughan would come on, it would crank. And I'm like, oh, it's game time,
You can't not crank Stevie Ray Vaughan.
Yeah.
That fucking fat Strat sound.
Yeah.
That you know the story about that guy's guitar? Dude, this guy was so strong, was so like aggressive. So the average guitar player will have 10 gauge strings. So 10 gauge is basically like when they say 10 gauge, it's the thickness of the thinnest string.
Totally.
Right? And that's pretty standard. Some guys will do 11.
Okay.
Right? Stevie Ray Vaughan had 13 gauge strings on his Stratocaster, which is already like a fat, bigger sound, right?
Yeah.
But on top of that, the action of the guitar is basically the distance the strings from the fretboard.
Okay, yeah.
Right,
yeah.
so the closer it is, the easier it is to play, right?
Right, because you're not...
This guy's action was like a fucking inch and a half. Like, his guitar was unplayable by the average person.
Yeah.
And he played that clean and fast. I mean, can you imagine shaking his hand?
Dude,
he probably
just
crushed souls with his hand.
Like, but I mean, he's one of those dudes where it's just, it's timeless.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's so insane to play that heavy of a guitar and play like fast, funky blues like that.
Yeah.
And watching him play,
shred,
because he doesn't even look like he's like beating into it. He's just kind of like his right hand just so soft.
Have you ever seen that video of him? He's like on stage cranking, and then he like broke a string, and then homeboy switched it out right there. I was like, dude,
that's like one of the most famous videos.
That's why he is the way he is.
Oh yeah. What a freaking animal.
Yeah.
Makes me want to drink more whiskey.
Yeah. Dude, yeah.
But yeah, I have a playlist called Gavin's World.
Rad, dude.
And it's literally all the music you send me, and I've hit a point. It's great because I hit points all the time. I'm like, man, I have all my favorite bands and all my favorite playlists, but I don't know what I want to listen to. Like, I can't make a decision.
Yeah.
Like, yours is the one I just go. I put on Gavin's World.
Tight,
and it always most of the time I'll change it after like 3-4 songs, right? Yeah. But it puts me right where I need to be every time.
Like, okay, kind of inspire something new.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, that's the way.
Which, in a lot of it is like this dark jazz concept, right?
Dude, yeah.
And I didn't even know this shit existed before I got tattooed.
Yeah.
By you.
Yeah.
And it's literally changed everything for me.
Dude.
And the more I dive into it, I'm just like, man, what is it about this that I love so much? And now there's a lot of things I love about it, but there's a lot of things I love about a lot of music.
Yeah.
And I've always learned a lot of jazz, as a guitar player, and been around a lot of jazz growing up, but I never fucking fell in love with this.
Yeah. And
then I get the hold of this dark orchestras and dark jazz and dark trios and quartets. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm obsessed. And I'm like, it's the darkness.
It is, dude.
Like,
it's because it's that metal mind,
Yeah.
Like, metal is like one of my first loves. 90s punk and metal was just like Chaos AD was. I burnt that album out. I played it so much because it was just so raw and powerful. But in my adult life, I don't always want to listen to metal.
Yeah,
I love it, but sometimes I'm like, fuck, enough's enough,
I feel
and so with like the dark jazz and like that darker kind of like, ominous, you still get almost like that funky feeling.
Yeah.
But it's like dark. It's like metal.
But that's the thing. It's like something about this like dark idea. You think dark and you think negativity. You think all this, right?
Yeah.
But then it's like you don't get any of that when you listen to this. And I thought to myself, there's such a huge section of the world, huge amount of people that gravitate towards this like quote unquote dark music, whether it's heavy metal, core, or
industrial,
whatever it is. But it's got this like darker, and maybe it's as simple as playing a minor scale as opposed to a major scale, right? Like whatever. I'm sure there's a lot of notes, but I was like, why the fuck do we love this so much?
Yeah.
Because it's very different. It's a totally different world. It introduces like a portal somewhere else.
I like that. It is a portal. Because when I don't know what to listen to, right?
Yeah.
That's my jumping off point.
Yeah.
I'll put something on like that. I'm like, no, it's either too slow for my mood or it's whatever. But then from that, I'll be like, oh, wait. I'll go here, and it's kind of like that tree where you're just like...
Well, because isn't it exhausting to put on something super, like, not dark right away?
Yeah.
It's exhausting.
If you went from, like, that to, like, the Bee Gees, you'd be like, what the fuck?
Well, like, you don't, because you're waking up and just, like, starting with that. And, like,
yeah,
not that you
totally.
can't. Not that you can't by any means, but it's kind of to the point where, like, for some reason, I can't go anywhere until I've entered that dark realm.
Totally.
And it's like, is it the frequency of it? Is it the fact that we're in a bad place? Is it that we gravitate towards darker sounds? And I couldn't really put the finger on it for me. I think it's just the fact that...
combination. I mean, all those things is like chimed for, why I would put it on, like if I'm in a somber mood.
Yeah.
Or if I just want something to take care of me real quick without being like happy and snappy.
But that's the thing. It's like darker music very much has that minor scale, if you will, like that minor sound. And, whether it is, somber or chill or heavy and fast, no matter what mood, there's still a dark aspect to it. But you could still find all those same moods in more of like that major sounding kind of more upbeat, but doesn't have to be upbeat.
Yeah.
But it's so much easier to gravitate towards that kind of different, that darker sound.
Totally. It's obscure.
It's always tripped me out because it's like even people, it's so quick to say, oh, it's negative and it's because you're angry and it's because this. I was like, but everybody does it. Yeah. Every human, you play them that melodic kind of darker, sexy vibe.
Dude, hey, like think of like Evanescence, right?
Oh, yeah.
When that came out, every chick with a pair of UGG boots was like, "This is what I want." It was that somber, dark, uplifting. But yeah, Portishead.
It's so. Yeah. I'm not gonna stop working, but I'm really working on trying to identify and like describe, make a definition to this because so many people, if not everybody, can vibe with it. Totally. And I said on my last show, I was talking with my last guest about how like certain music just, it's not that it exacerbates a situation, it allows you to feel a situation. You don't put on a sad song to make yourself more sad. You put on a sad song to experience your sadness, right?
They say it's a fact that when you're in a sad mood or whatever, listening to sad music can help.
Yeah, because it takes the burden off of you.
It totally, yeah.
And that's you said this to me once, and I say this all the time. Like music's there for me. It was there for me.
Totally.
And like that's totally that's
what
whole
music
vibe
is for me. It's it was my nanny. It was my my after school guardian.
My homie, my friend,
my homie. Yeah, at
my
the end of the day,
therapist.
Music was my homie, dude. Yeah.
I really dig that because this dark jazz, this dark orchestra, this dark metal, there's a dark side to everything now.
Totally.
And it's being like this light is being shed on it because people are feeling it so much.
Yeah.
And I really want to keep like exposing I like bringing up the conversation because no one talks about it. Totally. A lot of people are afraid to accept that they like this kind of darker sound. It's because we all are so like, we're so sad on the inside where we feel so much that no one's willing to hear anymore.
All of us as, middle-aged Americans or whoever, we're burdened with everything. Job, kids, all this stuff.
Yeah.
So we all have it, I think, it's like you said, it takes the burden off, like, all right, cool.
So the reason I bring all this up,
yeah,
because, you're the one that's kind of introduced a whole other world of this to me.
Rad.
Is especially as a tattoo artist. I forget tattooing, just as an artist. Someone painting, drawing, sketching, needle, whatever your medium you're using.
Yeah.
It's someone that listens to music like you and so impacted. The art has to be impacted by the music you're listening to.
Totally.
So I was kind of thinking over this the other week, and when I hit you up, I was like, dude, you got to come on for an episode. I have like some questions I want to ask you.
Yeah.
Because this thought came into mind. I was like, as an artist, as someone that loves music this much, and as someone that's so well versed in music, when you're sitting down to do a piece, do you say like, all right, this is the kind of piece I'm doing, so I want to put this music on to vibe with me, or do you put music on and then that inspires a piece?
A little bit of both.
Okay.
It's like if you were to go to the grocery store and you see a whole plethora of like all these rad vegetables and proteins, you're like, you're going to build a menu off that. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Sometimes I know what I want to make, like I have it there, but then what I'm listening to just isn't cutting it. And so I mean, today is a prime example. I had a big tattoo, they canceled, so I was just kind of like trying to create, but I couldn't get in the mood. I went through just so much music, and I ended up on the Mars Volta.
Oh, nice.
Right? And pretty much just started their discography, and that was like what took me there.
Nice.
You know, because I think it's like that band in particular, like helped me through a lot of stuff in my, you know, late teens, whatever. So I feel like I was kind of going through some emotions like, fuck, man, why is this guy canceled, yada, yada. So I don't know. I guess it's hard to explain, but that's what got me there today, you know? But yeah, sometimes I'll just be kind of at the shop and I'll have art on the mind, but not know what. And yeah, music will inspire it. Like something I'll listen to, like something like Wardruna, or, you know, this band called Danheim. They're really like pagan influence. They're really nature-esque. Yeah. So I'll start drawing based on that, you know?
So do you ever like to like try to manipulate that process a little bit, kind of in the sense like, you know what, I want to do this type of, you know, I want to do this piece, but I'm really not feeling it well. Like, I'm going to force myself to listen to this music to get me there.
100%. And what I'll do is I'll put on headphones. Okay. You know? And it singles me out. And because, you know, sometimes, you know, you can hear background chatter and stuff, but yeah, I'll definitely do that because I'll try to get into that same headspace when I started the art or whatever, you know? And so, but yeah.
So it's kind of like smelling, you know. You ever like smell something that takes you back to a certain memory?
Yeah, dude. Yeah.
So it's like, you know, like apple cinnamon, for example. For me, like those. You remember Yankee Candle?
Oh yeah.
They close it down in the mall, but the apple cinnamon Yankee Candle, that smell specifically takes me to
and
a
inviting.
certain place that I buy it every year because I like that going to that place.
Yeah.
So it's like with you, what you're saying is certain music, certain bands, certain songs.
Totally.
You know, like I need to get to this place so I can manipulate the process.
Totally. So, you know, going back even into high school, right? So a couple of my teachers would let me put an earphone in, you know?
Yeah.
And they'd be giving the lesson or whatever. And when I went to do my homework, I'd put the same music on and it would kind of like jog my memory from that part in class.
Ooh, okay.
And so I'd bring it back. I'm like, oh, okay. So I think that's when I first started noticing how, you know, how I put my memory and music together. Because I remember a lot of random shit, but the most thing I remember is song lyrics.
Yeah.
I mean, I can recite whole albums, you know?
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy. And so, because I mean, for me, if I hear something, I'm just like, I'll pound it into the ground until I don't want to hear it ever
the
again.
Same way. The same fucking
you
way.
Know? Yeah,
I will
so
literally
just, like, fucking throw the damn thing out.
It's like, I'm going to hate this song. I'm going to hate the song by the time
but I don't care. I'm going to put this on repeat for the next 6.5 hours.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
Totally.
Are you kidding? I mean, you know how much I love Nine Inch Nails.
Yeah.
I literally go 3 months out of every year. Every single year, 3 months, I only listen to Nine Inch Nails.
Totally. I was just listening to Nine Inch Nails the other day, like the whole fucking start from the top.
Yeah, day and night, 3 months every year.
Yeah.
I haven't gone a year without doing it. And it's not like I have consciously like, this is what I'm doing. It's time. Like, you know, check the calendar. Like,
have you listened to his other project, Destroying Angels?
What?
Trent Reznor has a side project.
What the fuck? Why do I not know about this?
Hold, please.
What's it called? Destroying Angels?
Yeah, dude.
I almost texted you to ask you if you listened to Ad Violence.
The
EP he did. It's the second to last EP, I think. He's actually, maybe the third to last because he's done a few. It's one called Ad Violence. It's an album EP. It's like 5 or 6 songs, but I've been vibing with it really hard lately.
What kind of music is it?
It's Nine Inch Nails.
Oh, okay.
But he's just fucking kicks ass on it. The lyrics on it are incredible.
Dude, yeah, I'm really big into lyrics. And it was funny because I was on my way over here and I wanted to talk about lyrics.
Let's talk about lyrics.
So I'm really big into here, I'll find it. I'll send it to you.
You're good. Yeah, you're good.
Lyrics are huge for me. Omar Rodriguez, the lead singer of the Mars Volta. Mm-hmm. Have you ever listened to music?
I've listened to Mars Volta. I've never paid attention to the lyrics.
Dude, so his lyrics are, I don't want to say prolific because it's nothing that's like, you know, awe-inspiring, but the things he says, it's pure poetry. Like you have to, it makes you really dig into the song. Mm-hmm. Yeah. and lyrics are huge for me.
You know what's funny is I had an interesting experience the other week, with lyrics as a concept. The new Tool album. My dad, he's 62, 63. He's a painter, artist, sculptor, everything, and he's a fan of music. He doesn't know a lot of the bands, but I'm always hesitant to show my parents or older generation the heavier stuff. Right, this new Tool album comes out, right? So I tell my dad, I say, Dad, this thing is like it changed my life.
100%.
Like, I woke up at 5 a.m. I put it on the fucking studio speakers and I sat there and like I weeped, I wrote, I sketched. I don't fucking sketch, I sketched. Like, I was the most creative, like just burst. And I was like, you got to come check it out. Just listen to it with me.
Yeah.
So of course I put it on like literally 1 minute into Fear Inoculum. Like right as like the guitar comes in, he's like, I need the lyrics. Yeah. I'm like, what? So I go and I print him out all the lyrics. And he's sitting there, and it's great because I've already listened to it. And I'm watching this guy who's like never really listened to Tool in his life. Doesn't listen to this stuff on his own time. Yeah. Sit there and he's reading the lyrics as this album is playing, and this guy is like having a fucking awakening, dude. And it's because he was reading the lyrics and he couldn't get over what the lyrics and the writing. And I'm like, he's listening to this fucking incredible music, and not that it's bad by any means. Like, he's loving it. Yeah. But he connected on such a deep level that I don't get to see people connect that deep with anything.
We got to think, like, you hear a song for however long, you know what I mean? When you get to hear the lyrics or read the lyrics with them, it changes the value of the song 100%, because you're like, oh shit, this is what he's talking about. Like, damn, Well,
it's because it's like you have this physical feeling with the music, right? It's playing, you're vibing, you're grooving with it.
Yeah,
it's put you in this place, and then you feel all these things, and all of a sudden you read these lyrics or you hear the lyrics.
Puts them in their headspace, like
it takes you right. Yeah. It like enhances what you're already feeling. Totally. And it can be totally different than what they are talking about. Totally. Yeah. But just the fact that you know what they're talking about allows you to get there. Yeah. Because there's always the argument like, oh, the lyrics are if they're too specific, then it'll take you away from experiencing something. I'm like, I don't think that's the case. Yeah. I think that's why great lyrics, that's like poetry. Yeah. It does something else. You don't have to feel exactly what they're talking about.
Totally. Yeah.
But well, especially with Maynard too. It's like some of the stuff that comes out of his mouth, like you're not trying to sit there and like get into Maynard's headspace.
I wonder what he's talking about. Maybe it's childhood stuff. Like, no, dude,
you're not trying to get into Trent Reznor's headspace because that's not possible, right? Yeah. But lyrics are.
Like, so with the new Tool album, Invincible.
Oh fuck yeah, dude!
Right, one of the most powerful lyric I've heard from him yet was warriors struggling to stay relevant.
Oh my god, I love that lyric. I love it.
And to me, that's just like, that whole song is pertaining to humans currently, like the social media brand, you know what I mean? Like these people that I'm fall victim to it too, is like you're trying to stay relevant. You're trying to oh, look what I'm doing. You know what I mean?
Oh man, yeah.
And that's where I was just like, fuck, huh? Like these warriors on Instagram and social media, trying to get these followers and these likes.
Just trying to stay relevant.
Trying to stay relevant, dude. And you're like, fuck, yeah,
What's funny is Invincible, I think, on the new album is my favorite song. Yeah. But I was my favorite song for the first 3 days, and then I read the lyrics to all the songs. Yeah. And not that it changed, I still love that song the best. But Numa, the second song, I don't know if you read the lyrics to that song.
I haven't read the lyrics to that one yet.
No. Numa, from what I understand from the definition, from all that stuff, is basically the creative part of our soul, our soul, our creative person, our child in us. Yeah. Right? It's creative. And once I read that, and then I read the lyrics, he's talking about the creative, the child in us, the one that's creative. We need to find that. We need to protect that and let that come out. And that fucking struck a chord with me, because people, totally. Fucking Tool, right, known for all these intense concepts, and maybe call it negative if you want, pray against this, against that, and then here they come out with this album called Fear Inoculum, basically fight it, the cure to fear. Get rid of fear and be awesome. And the second song is all about fighting for that inner creativity,
dude. Yeah, that album, man, is. I listen to a lot of music. I'm sure, as you do. I listen to so much music. But if there's a band that I really follow, I'll listen to their new album. Like, dude, it's good. It's whatever. But the music they put out, dude, it's inspired just huge art leap forwards for me. And yeah, it's just since it came out, I've listened to it every day.
Yeah.
Just to give it a go, you know. Even with a lot of my clients, you know, I'll put that on, and 9 out of 10 of my clients will comment on it. Who is this? You know what I mean?
It's a masterpiece.
It is. It's just so fucking good, dude.
It's
yeah.
It's I mean I did a whole episode on this.
I remember. Yeah, I listened to it. Yeah, it was rad.
And I could do 10 more.
Yeah.
Just to talk about it, but you know, I agree. Like it's one of those things where all of a sudden you listen to it and it opens up something you didn't expect to open up.
It does.
Like for me, I've made so many life changes. I've gone after things I would never go after. Yeah. I've taken leaps of faith in myself that I never would. And it's literally because like something was rewired in my brain.
Yeah.
Like rewired in everything.
We were all dormant for 14 years.
Yeah. And then Tool's like, here you go.
Yeah.
Did you hear what he said? It was ready 8 years ago.
Yeah, I know that dick.
Well, he's like, the world wasn't ready for it.
Yeah.
I'm like, he's fucking right.
I was.
I was waiting.
I was here waiting.
Oh,
but
man.
yeah, no, it's definitely, it's one of those albums, dude, Lateralis to me is, and forever will be, like my all-time favorite album. Mm-hmm. It's one of those albums that's just, it saved my life, you know, in all contexts. But yeah, it's like it's stepbrother, you know?
Yeah.
Lateralis is forever like on top, but then the new Fear Inoculum is just one of those albums where you're just like, you know, so you ask people, oh, you listen to Tool? And if people listen to Tool, they're like, fuck yeah, I do, you know?
Oh yeah, it's never like, yeah, it's like,
and then
fucking Tool? Do you have 3 days to talk about
how much time you got, buddy? Hey, but then, you know, you ask, like, I'll be, oh, you listen to Tool? They're like, oh yeah, I've heard one or two of their songs. Like, so you don't listen to Tool, you know? Don't tell me you do if you don't.
Tool's not one of those bands you get to listen to one song.
Yeah, it's just not, you know? And yeah, it's like, you know, if you have like a show you watch, like fucking on repeat, like for me, it's The Office. I watch it. Yeah. And you ask me, oh, you watch The Office? Oh, yeah, I've seen a couple episodes. Like, you don't watch The Office.
Yeah, you either binge that shit or you don't watch it, right?
You know every character, you know every episode, or you don't. You've never seen it.
I feel you.
But it's one of those albums, you know what I mean?
Well, what's funny is for me, so Anima was the album that got, Anima was the first album I heard by Tool.
Okay.
I was given this album, the CD.
Yeah.
And I was like, who are these guys? You know how that story goes. You put them in, what?
You're all, what the fuck is this?
So I actually only had that album because growing up, you know, I'm old enough and young enough to be like, I had a fucking stacks of CD cases.
Yeah.
And then
you go to Warehouse Music and you go, you know,
I'd go to CD stores and just like, dude, I had out like the books.
Yeah.
You know, 4 CD slots on each side, just filled. But like I didn't get more Tool music until like 3 years after I discovered Tool, and that was Anima. So Anima is like, for me, Eulogy is my favorite one. Is my second favorite song in the entire world of all songs, right? So like that's that album. That's Tool for me. Lateralis is absolutely genius.
Yeah.
You know, and for me, Tool as a whole is like, it is what it is. But Fear Inoculum was like, it's Tool, it's great music, but it's like this separate piece of life for me.
Totally, dude.
Separate piece of it's like I said it on the Tool episode. It was like when I heard the Fragile the first time by Nine Inch Nails. I was like, that's just a separate piece of life for me.
Yeah, I base life events off Tool albums.
Oh wow!
So my son was born 2003, same year Lateralis came out. Second son was born 2004 or 2006.
10,000 days.
10,000 days. Well, 6 5. Sorry, bud.
Don't watch this.
Yeah, don't listen, kid. But yeah, no, those are like, you know, those were life events, you know, so for years, my kids wouldn't go to bed unless they had music. And Lateralis is one of those albums where it was on all the time, that and Depeche Mode.
Oh, fuck yeah, dude.
It was just, that was what comforted them.
Yeah.
Because that was like when I was stressed out, when I was happy, when I was just wanting to like just decompress, one of those albums would come on, whether it was Tool or The Cure or Depeche Mode, or, you know.
Yeah.
Portishead was huge for me. Yeah.
Dude, you're like talking about my first, like, from like 3 to 7 years old.
Yeah.
My oldest sister, she was, you know, like,
remember when she came to get the tattoo, she's like,
yeah,
oh, Portishead. I'm like, oh, you know Portishead?
So she's the one that introduced me to like so much music when I was a kid, because she used to live on the other side of the house, and I'd wake up like 5 in the morning, run into her room, and she's an incredible artist.
Rad.
And I'd be like, you know, draw my stuffed animal. And she'd put on like fucking Tool,
Yeah,
Metallica, Nine Inch Nails, Rob Zombie,
Yeah.
and would just blast this shit first thing in the morning while she'd draw my stuffed animals.
Yeah.
And it's just like it was very much like a pacifier.
Totally.
Like it was just it was there. It
Yeah.
was what I loved.
It takes care of you.
Oh man.
You know?
Speaking of Rob Zombie,
Full circle.
have you seen his new movie yet?
No.
No, I haven't seen it yet. It looks
Yeah.
fucking Rob Zombie-esque.
Totally. Yeah.
Totally.
His movies are rad. I'm not a big movie person.
Yeah.
You know, like nothing really strikes me as like I gotta go see it.
That was the
Unless it's like a
Avengers
documentary.
movies.
Oh, is it?
I was obsessed. I mean,
Oh yeah. I've never been an action movie guy. I
Really?
don't know, because I'm the kind of dude I'm like, oh, that could never happen. Like you're
That's
watching,
why I
oh,
love
that
it,
wouldn't
though.
happen. Yeah.
like if it gets too real,
I
I'll leave.
need rhyme and reason. You
See,
know?
I'm the total opposite with movies.
Yeah.
Like I want to go to
give
see
me
something that's totally
nonsense.
not gonna happen.
Yeah.
Like just
Yeah.
ridiculous.
I love documentaries. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? I'm like, that happened, and here's why I could see it.
Well, documentaries are getting all about murder now, so
Dude, yeah.
you gotta be careful with the documentaries
Yeah.
at what time you watch them.
Do you know my wife is obsessed with like the ID channel and
Oh my god,
yeah,
that's brutal.
yeah.
That makes
Some of it's
sense.
all right, but yeah, it does make sense. She would get away with murder,
Yeah,
so if I die, she did it.
I love that meme where it's like I've watched so many murder documentaries, like I know how to
Yeah,
get
right?
away with murder now.
Yeah,
Like I have it all planned out.
yeah.
I feel like I'm behind on that. I don't watch murder documentaries at all.
No, I usually watch like nature documentaries. Or
I
I'll,
get
like,
stoned and watch the ocean stuff.
dude. Fuck yeah! Hey, there's one on Netflix. It's called Moving Art.
What?
Yeah, so it's literally it's no what's the word?
No cuts, no edits.
No talking. Narration.
Oh, narration. No narration.
Damn, brain fart. But yeah, there's no narration. It's just these beautiful shots all over the world with this just like awesome classical music. Yeah.
It's a whole movie.
Yeah, there's 2 seasons of it.
There's 2 seasons of this shit.
2 seasons of it. Yeah, I
I'm
put it
gonna
on
get
the
a
other
fucking
day.
projector for this one.
Yeah, hey, I was like, for one of those times, I was smoking with my client. We put that on,
Oh my god.
and I'm like trying to tattoo, and I'm watching it. You know, I'm like zoning out. Like, oh yeah, I'm tattooing. You know, and I'm like, I keep on like drifting, and both of us are like, this is tight. Yeah,
Especially with no narration.
yeah,
That
it's
sucks
rad.
you in, dude.
It does, dude.
Moving art?
Moving art.
Oh man.
Hey, and there's this really cool one. It's called Mountains. Willem Dafoe
Ooh.
is the narrator on it, and it's just this like really powerful, epic orchestra, and just these sick mountains. It's like an hour of him. You know, it's like the our need for adventure and to like see what's on top is
Yeah.
like the basis of it. But it's powerful. It's rad.
Fuck yeah.
It's called Mountains.
Willem
Yeah.
Dafoe too.
Dude, yeah.
That guy's
He's like perfect for that narration.
that
too.
guy's like epically creepy.
Dude, yeah.
Just I don't. Some days I'm like, oh god, but then
Yeah.
other days I'm like, you're the most epic.
But when you
person
just
ever.
hear his voice, you're like, damn, it's like soothing and it's
Yeah.
it's gnarly. It's cool.
Oh, he's a cool cat. So speaking of the new Tool album and tattoos, have you tattooed anything regarding the new Tool album?
Not yet. You know, and I have some really cool ideas. I haven't been able to,
Let me hear
put
'em.
them on paper yet. But it's like you said, it really like struck a powerful chord with me, and I have some stuff coming out that So I have an art show I'm going to be hosting. Yeah, haven't had I don't have a set date yet, but it'll be for the new year. And a lot of it will be based on, that genre. I guess not Tool, but like kind of just like what music does for you.
Dude.
Yeah. And
Is it going to be just your art, or is it going?
No,
to
it's going to be a bunch of artists of mine. It's going to be normally what I'll do for my art show is I'll just let them free reign, kind of just make art. But this one's going to be inspired by tarot, like tarot cards.
Okay.
And so we're going to leave the subject matter to the choice of the deck.
Oh.
And so, but we're all going to do 16 by 24.
Dude, this is so cool.
Yeah. And so, but the few pieces I'm going to put out are heavily influenced by the new Tool album. And
I'm very
its
excited.
new art. Yeah.
I like hearing this because
Yeah.
I don't know if you remember me saying last time you were on here, we talked about the release. I was like, if I have the money by that point, I
Yeah.
want to get I want to get a tattoo, which I still want. I've dedicated this whole part of my arm.
Sick.
I want a big piece.
Yeah.
I haven't decided. I was thinking like maybe the new Fear Inoculum, the Tool way they wrote it just like across here with like writing about it. But like I was like I don't even know if I want Tool written on there. I think I just want something inspired.
That's what this will be.
And then, so I'm like I'm still in the books. Like I want that's for sure happening.
Tight.
A Tool inspired tattoo on the side here.
And it's funny because I have a handful of friends that are like you and I that are just like tools on a very, very high pedestal. You know what I mean? And I'm trying to like trade work with my homie Spencer, who's a huge Tool fan, but we just just mixed connections each time. But there'll be some really cool information and stuff coming up pertaining to that because the artists that have already said it's going to be the best one I've done yet.
I'm stoked because this, I mean, for me, it's like one, I get to go like look at great art, but at the same time, I mean, I'll be choosing what's going to go on my body.
There you go. Yeah. And actually, cascading into that, I was going to talk to you about maybe doing some live music for it as well.
Dude, fuck yeah.
Yeah. So
I'm always down for that.
Talk on another.
Hell yeah.
But I'm not sure where we're going to have it yet, but it's going to be. I'm trying to do either the day before or the day after New Year.
So talk to me a little bit about that community because I think it's. I have a buddy that does the Beverly Hills Art Show.
Okay.
And it's like this outdoor art show where they put like these like little like small size booths. Everyone can hang up their art. Really cool, and I love it. But it still seems kind of big. But out here, your shop's located in Simi. You're putting together an art show. Like it's not a common thing.
Yeah.
And I don't like that it's not common. I think this is a great idea. So just for people listening and for my sake, because I very much want to get more involved with putting events together, like bringing people together. Like what's your first step? Like how do you go about this?
So I mean, through my industry, I meet so many people, right? I mean, for everything from preschool teachers to fucking homicide detectives,
Oh, yeah.
And so basically, the last one I did last year was I hosted at Enegren Brewery because I had done some of their labels for their beers over there.
I almost died from them.
Yeah. But yeah, I think what we'll do, because I have that warehouse attached to my shop. Yeah. I think what we're gonna do is like clean it out and because when I did it at the brewery, I put up these big faux walls. Like I made a whole thing of it, and it was close to uniform, but I wanted it even more so. And so I think this time we had a really great success last time. So this time I'm gonna make everything just like as close to gallery as possible.
Thematic, basically.
Yeah.
So you're gonna rent out the space. You're gonna get the artist and say, "Hey, this is the subject matter of the tarot cards."
Totally, yeah, and more or less like how I did it last time was I just started like canvassing all these different tattooers and artists I know. Like, hey, are you in? And then once I kind of saw like I guess the caliber of who was gonna be presenting art, I was like, okay, so I need to do because I've had them at my shop, and it's cool, but it's just kind of like I've seen the space so much that it just didn't have that power that like, look at this. Yeah. So I'm still, I don't know where I'm going to have it yet, but it's it's based on, I guess, who's going to be showing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So for you, what's your goal with something like that? Your personal goal, business goal? I mean, what?
Honestly, I just want to be doing something different. Like as of late, I've been trying to rebrand my shop. Excuse me. I've been trying to like just think outside the box of tattooing, and it's hard because everything's been done, you know what I mean? And so I just like to show the community like, hey, we tattoo, but look what else we do.
See, I love all your art stuff. I love when you post that stuff. I even asked you if I could buy one time.
Yeah.
And you said you don't sell it yet. And you were really like,
I try, it's just kind of one of those things where I'm just like, I end up just being like, just give me whatever for it, like I'm not good at that.
Now, will you be selling pieces at this show?
Yeah, totally. I mean, all of them have been up for sale, but sometimes, like for instance, last time I had done, did you see the submissions I did? It was like the realm. It's like Earth, Land, and Sea.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So I fell in love with it so much. I put this really like high sticker price on it, and
so
I figured,
get it.
Well, I figured if somebody was like, I'll pay that right now, then that would have been a worthy home. Like fuck yeah. But I remember from that, I put it in my house, and I was just staring at it, just like critiquing it every day. So
Yeah.
so I had to take it down. I put it at my shop, but
You're like, this is becoming a negative experience.
yeah, totally. Like I hate this part, this part, this part. But yeah,
So you just want to get, expose the fact that there's more art going on.
totally. And sometimes it is like being accountable. Like I know a handful of super rad tattooers that they don't make art. Or they do, but it's just like they don't have time to or whatever. And sometimes it's just like telling them, get off your ass. Like, let's make some art,
Yeah.
And the people that are making art, they're just cranking it out. And then I want to be inspired by that. I'm like, I want to do more of that,
Kind of like a lead by example thing. Like say like, hey guys,
dude, yeah.
we're in the tattoo industry. Yeah, we're labeled by everyone that's not us.
Totally.
But hey, we're still artists.
Yeah. And that's why I do so much traveling, I'm like trying to, every time I leave to a new spot, I get inspired huge by either the art they're doing or the tattoos or how they approach it. And even like, some of the tattooers I've met, just how they describe their art, like the story behind it is what I'm like, blown away by. This dude, Jeff Gogwe, he made this art for my wife, and it was like almost like a half-hour presentation on why he created what he did.
Oh, man.
And I was just so blown away by that. I'm like, man, that's awesome. Because not just like, here's your art. And he was just like, I felt I wanted to develop her before she was like, had blossomed into this goddess. And you're like,
well, that's the meaningful part of it, right?
100%, yeah.
My dad, I mean, he's a master painter. He's one incredible level, right?
Yeah.
And I love. I say this because
you can see it in all his work too.
Not because he's my dad, but because I genuinely am a fan of his work.
Yeah,
like I love his artwork. But the best part is, I mean, I went to all the shows growing up as a kid.
Yeah.
And the number one thing about the sales point, like the salespeople, they had to know all the stories.
Yeah.
That was the number one thing. You had to be able to tell the story of Euros, the story of the painting. And it's like I watched how important that was, and like once I became kind of like my own adult, and
Totally.
I was like, that matters so much to me.
Yeah.
I mean, why even music, like music sounds good, art can look good,
Yeah.
but then you like get this deeper meaning behind it. And music's a little easier because you have lyrics and it's kind of. But when you look at a piece of art and the artist shares what this meant to them and how they got there,
yeah.
dude, it's just a total game changer.
It totally is. I was actually working on this project. It kind of fizzled away with my buddy. Like I wanted to give him like a series of art, right? Because normally it's art that inspires the music, or music that inspires the art.
Yeah.
If you listen to something, but I wanted him to create like a soundtrack for the art I gave him.
I love that.
Right?
Fucking love that.
And so, that's still something I would like to do. But
yeah.
I think that'd be cool.
I love that. I think that's
Yeah.
really because people that score films, they watch it like, all right, this is the situation. I'm gonna write music that applies to that. But to have just a piece of art, like, what does that take you to? Like, where does that take? Because you really have to dive somewhere.
Yeah,
you really have to connect with the artist.
Totally. Yeah.
I fucking love that idea.
Yeah. So that's and that's just me trying to be like something different. Like my tattoos are cool, but I don't know. I guess I have this like insatiable urge to just, do something different, to listen to something different.
Oh, yeah.
So.
Well, it's like musicians. I mean, it's like any artist.
Yeah.
It's like someone can be a heavy metal shredder, right? Lead guitar player, and go home and play flamenco.
Yeah.
They can go join the fucking folk band.
Totally, dude. Think about like even like this dark jazz, like Baharen, Der Club Agor, right?
Jesus.
They're from a like true Norwegian black metal background.
Oh fuck yeah.
And they disbarred, and I forget what band they were in now, but that's like if you only listen to one kind of music, you're only going to play one kind of music. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah.
But that's so good to hear, right?
Yeah.
Because a guitar you can pick up and you can play every style of music, right?
Yeah.
With art, your medium really determines what you're going to be able to do.
Yeah.
And to really branch outside that and like reach out.
Yeah, totally.
Because it's really not. I wouldn't say it's not open, but it's not like open to the public. It's like you have your artists and you have the people that appreciate art.
Yeah.
And it's like let's get on the same playing field here.
Totally.
I dig that. I love that. I can't wait for that.
It's gonna be rad.
I'm gonna be like, I'll have that on my body and that on my body.
What's funny is because I tried to get both painters and tattooers involved in the art shows. Because one time I had it with strictly tattooers, and you could see nothing but like tattoos in the art, you know. But when I had it like last one, it was painters and it was tattooers. Then you could see art rather than just like, you know, tattooable images. It's kind of
that's really interesting. It's because tattooable images opposed to art. So what are some things that would classify? Is it the fact that it's, you know,
so
more...
like if you Frank Frazetta, you familiar with his art? Okay. Frank Frazetta, he has like a really loose painterly style. You know, nothing's really like solidified.
No, like hard edges or anything like
exactly,
that? Exactly,
yeah. So like to, you know, of course it's doable in a tattoo sense, but like as far as like what a tattoo is, that's not it. Whereas
there's certain things you can accomplish with brush stroke and like pen that
totally
you can't do with
you
tattoo.
can't, yeah. Or you know, that's, you know, because sometimes it's just a little like, you know, glaze that makes that extra difference. Whereas on a tattoo, you have to apply that, like you'd have to saturate that, and for it to work. And so, yeah.
It's like little nuances that really separate it.
Yeah. Or, you know, hard lines and you know, like stuff like that. You know,
I've never even thought about that.
Yeah. Sometimes clients will come to me with a tattoo or an image that they really like that's powerful to them, but I'm like, it just won't translate because it'll be like a digital image, you know, that's really loose and not rendered yet.
Yeah.
And once you render it and like dial everything into like a tattooable platform, it changes the art completely. You know what
Absolutely.
I mean? Yeah. And so, yeah. So
that's something I've you know, once I met you and, you know, tattoos and my whole experience through you, your shop, and like being exposed to a whole other side of things, it's been really exciting for me because like tattoos were very much tattoos.
Yeah.
Art was very much art.
Yeah.
And there wasn't like this combination of things for me.
Well, there's like
naturally.
This renaissance currently of these people that are just fucking phenomenal painters that are like just awesome artists and like, I'll try tattooing.
Because I can make money. And
you know, if you think about it, it's like the only medium of art that you can make money at currently.
Because, you know, it's in, you know, right? It's
right,
it's accepted
you know,
right
yeah,
now.
and dude, some of the artists out there, they came from art background or art school or whatever, and they're just absolutely just amazing tattooers because that's just who they are, you know, and they're just really changing the face of what tattoos are able to be. Like when I go to tattoo shows, conventions and shit, I look at the tattoos that they're doing and I want to like jump off a bridge. I'm like, I'm fucking nowhere near that. Like, what the fuck, you know?
Yeah.
But that's what keeps you going. You know, same with the music. When you hear like, you know, dudes like
fucking
Tozy and Abasi or whatever.
Oh my God.
Know? Yeah. 3-piece band and they make all that noise. You're like,
or like Mateus Asado. I don't know if the guy's 24, 25 years old. He's my age. It's like or he's already become one of the greatest legends to ever touch a guitar.
Oh my God, yeah. See,
I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Like, how do you do this?
It's that innate ability, you know, but then, you know, it comes along with every hobby niche, you know, comes that one guy that's like far surpassed anybody, but then you're like, I'm going to try to be that. Even though you know, like, realistically, you're never going to be that.
Well, it's like,
it's that
you never want to be anybody else. Like, you want to be your best version of yourself. You know, it's like, and that, I feel like that's what gets you to that place of, you know, one day you wake up and someone's looking at you like, oh, how are you doing that? It's like, because you weren't paying attention on how to do that. You're trying to make what you were doing the best, right?
Your thing, yeah.
But it's funny because, like, growing up, I've always loved tattoos, and I had, like, all these ideas. Like, I'm going to have this tattoo on it, I'm going to have this tattoo on it. You know, that list is, like, almost totally gone. It's fizzled.
Yeah.
Because I've been exposed to a whole other realm, like this is a possibility.
Yeah.
Like, I can just throw ideas, things that I love, and have an artist take it, turn it into something, and then I'll have that. So, like, now I'm even more eager to get stuff I have no idea I want yet.
Yeah, totally.
And, like, I love that feeling. I know it sounds batshit crazy because most people are like, I gotta know it's permanent. But the idea of wanting something so bad and I don't even know what it is yet because someone else can offer this beautiful artwork.
Yeah, and that's the thing with, like, you know, social media. You know, people, you know, they seek out my work, for instance. Everybody's done a Skull and Flames before, you know what I mean? But, like, they want mine specifically just because of how I compose it or whatever, you know what I mean? But you're right. You know, you give them an idea or you put the idea out there and you can achieve it.
Well, it's kind of like, I mean, this may be a stretch to compare, but like for me, I love jamming. I love playing guitar with people, you know, whether it's a drummer, a singer, another guitar, like, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Like, I jammed with a guy who rapped and had a drum machine.
Sick.
Like, that was one of the most fun times I've had.
Yeah.
But it's like, it's very much the idea, like, I don't know what it's about to happen, but I'm craving it.
Yeah.
But I want to get fucked. I want to go
it's
deep
fluidity.
into it.
Yeah, totally.
And with something as strict and hard lines and permanent as tattooing, like, to get that feeling, I think that says a lot about you as an artist, what you're promoting, especially this idea of putting the art show together, and you just you as a person. I feel like that's the vibe that doesn't matter what you do creatively, you got to go for that.
Totally,
get
dude.
People stoked on what if, you know.
Yeah. And that's same with music, same with art. Like, if you're just trying to, like, you know, if you're just trying to do something different, people will notice. You know what I mean? If you're trying to be inspired by something different, people will notice. You know?
Yeah.
So yeah.
So if I had never heard any like this dark jazz or dark music, and I came to you and said, "Hey, Gavin, I wanna learn. What's like the first 3 songs or 3 bands you tell me to listen to?"
Okay, so it'd be Bahrain Der Club Agor.
What the fuck? How do you spell that?
It's like Bohren, Bahrain.
Bahrain, okay.
And Der Club, like, and the Club of Gore, but it's a Der because they're German, right?
Okay.
The Kilimanjaro Dark Jazz Ensemble.
Fuck yeah,
dude, so good.
Yes.
My homie Mason turned me on to them. I think we were tattooing. He's all out of blue. He's like, "Dude, you gotta hear this." Oh, okay. Put that on. I was like blown away, and then come to me. Yeah, I don't know. Those are like the 2 like dark jazz, you know, that I can think of, you know. But yeah.
What's the name of the band? It starts with a B. Black something. You sent it to me a while back. I need to check it. This band. This is the band that changed everything for me. Let me find the name here real quick. Gavin's World. Where are you? Gavin's World.
That's rad.
Oh, I'm sorry. It wasn't a band. It was a song. Blacked Out.
Oh, Yosef Days, dude. Yeah.
And then Mammal Hands, the band.
Yeah,
Mammal Hands changed fucking everything for me.
Unreal, right?
They changed it all. Like, that they opened up a gateway of perspective.
Yeah.
With music, instruments.
Because it's dark, it's epic, it's upbeat, it's slow. It's like all these things that wouldn't work but do. Yeah.
It's chaos in a fluid form.
Yeah. And
it was
band, Go Penguin.
I have the whole album on there. Fucking whole album is on that fucking playlist, dude.
Yeah, and that's the thing, is just like there's dudes they're bringing jazz, like the roots of jazz, and they're bringing electronic, you know, like, have you heard like lo-fi?
Lo-fi.
It's like a genre of music. I've been really into it. It's just kind of like, it's like hip hop meets jazz with like,
okay,
you know, it's like Starbucks music.
Okay,
it would be the best way to, you know, it's like background, but it's kind of like groovy, but there's no like,
there's no hook to it.
There's no hook, and it wouldn't put you in any mood. You know what I mean?
There.
Like, yeah, totally. Yeah,
okay.
Like there's some bands where you listen to and you're just like focused. You're like, you know,
it's exhausting.
Heavy. Yeah, totally. Yeah. But no, Mammal Hands is one of those bands that's just like, yeah, they're really good.
I went through like a solid week of just Mammal Hands. Yeah. When you showed it to me, because it was one of those things where like it hit such a nice place for me.
Yeah.
It's like I didn't want to go anywhere else.
Yeah.
Like, I worked out to that shit. I fell asleep to that shit. Yeah. I got high to that shit. I like fucking did everything to that.
Yeah.
I worked to that. I mean, it's just constant.
Totally. You know what I've yet to do, what I would really like to, maybe we can you know, get into that, is just get like fucking high as shit and just listen to the Tool album.
Dude, let's do it.
Front to back.
Let's do it.
Yeah. And talk about God and conspiracies and, you know.
That's what I did.
Lizard people.
Did I invite you to the listening party at all?
Huh.
I didn't text you about that?
I didn't get that invite.
Damn, how did I not text you
fucking
about
chopped
that?
Liver, dude.
There's no way I didn't text you. There's no way I didn't text you about that.
I
really?
might, yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah.
I fucked up. So I had a listening party of like 3-4 other people with me.
No way, yeah.
We sat in here. I blasted them on the studio speakers. It was the Friday that came out.
Okay.
And there was joints for those who wanted to partake. Got fucking super baked and just
Yeah.
kicked in and listened to the album start to finish.
That's rad.
It's life-changing.
Yeah.
There's no way I didn't text you.
Nah.
Fucking Helen Keller moment right there. Jesus Christ. But yeah, it's pretty wild. Fucking the end of Invincible when Adam Jones comes in with that like fucking heavy guitar. It's like this like consistent melody he has going, and then he comes in super heavy with it. I literally lost my fucking mind.
You know what? Like a lot of the drumming in that album, it almost has like a Latin feel.
Kind of like that.
Yeah, because I mean, their timing signature is way different, right? That like I don't know the timing on it, but that's what it kind of reminds me of. Is that like like a Latin fucking like tribal,
Danny
hard,
Carey. Tribal's a perfect way to describe Danny Carey.
Totally, you know. A couple of my clients, like older cats, they were listening to it. They refer to it as that, like, oh, music's like almost like tribal. Like, yeah, man.
Well, those little small toms he used, like the that was really high.
Yeah.
In the beginning of is it Numa that it happens? He does it.
Okay, yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
I do, yeah.
I mean, and even Chocolate Chip Trip, like the soloing,
dude.
You hear the really high drums.
Sick, yeah.
Oh man.
Or even I forget what album it's on. I think it's on Lateralis where he uses the tabla.
Oh yeah. Boom.
Yeah.
Boom. Or in the beginning of Anima with Stingfist, down, that sound.
Yeah.
I mean, he's such another level.
Totally. You know, I remember back in like high school, I used to be a total hippie. I had like dreadlocks and everything, and my buddy had came across. We were into like getting like drum circles going, you know,
fuck yeah,
playing hacky sack and shit. But he had a tabla, and that was like one instrument that I was like actually kind of like trying to like, you know, learn how to play because of that song.
Yeah.
We'd go up to like Cooner, you know, the mountains in Simi Valley.
Okay.
Cooner Hills.
Yeah.
There's this little spot right there. We'd bring like bongos and his tabla and like a didgeridoo.
Oh, dude, I love it.
Super hippie, dude.
I fucking love it.
Bring like 40s up with us, you know, 40s and Mickeys.
Oh my god. Yeah, someone would look at you with the dreads and be like, "This all makes sense."
Yeah. I have a couple pictures floating around somewhere. With
I would love to see
with my
those.
Insane Clown Posse shirts.
Oh my god, man!
I was that guy, dude.
You were the guy,
homie. Yeah, I have multiple Insane Clown Posse tattoos that are covered up now.
That's hilarious.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
Yeah,
that cracks me up a lot.
Hey, you know what it was, dude? It was. My parents would come in and be like, "What the fuck are you listening to?" I'm like, "Tight. You know, you hate this? I love it."
Rebel.
Yeah, because you know, 2001. You know, The Great Malenko came out, and it was just one of those albums that was just like disturbing to parents. Were like, you know, listening
they weren't ready for it.
Janis Joplin and shit. And,
it's like when Marilyn Manson came out. Like it was the
Alanis
biggest.
Morissette, yeah. People are like, "What the fuck is going on here?" Yeah.
The world is going to shit. Everyone's going to murder each other.
Yeah.
Like, he's a great performer.
Yeah.
All it is. He's doing his job.
Yeah.
That's hilarious. So, I'm like totally hooked on this like Tool tattoo idea.
Yeah.
So I kind of, I'm really curious because you're talking about these, and I forget the tattoo, just artwork in general. Like, when you were inspired by, like, are you using the logos, any sort of like, you know, there's like the eye, there's Alex Gray stuff.
Art, you know, because if I do a Alex Gray piece, that's an Alex Gray piece.
Well, that's why I'm curious, right?
People will know it's Tool because of that, but like what I'm the ideas I'm having are you know based on Tool themes.
Okay.
You know?
So like is it like Tool lyrics and what they're talking about, or is it the feeling you get when you listen to it?
It's a little bit of both. It's like the feeling, but then it's like if you take, you know, the album from like Undertow or the art from Undertow and Anima and all these other albums, like they're different, but they all have the same theme. You know what I mean? Like guttural and organic, you know, and kind
of like this dark
repetition.
Underground.
Yeah, because you have all the eyes, you know, and like all that really cool texture, and you know, that's more or less where my head would go. It would be a tattoo that would be even art. It'd be really dark and be, you know, it wouldn't be anything like brilliant or like colorful. You know,
but it'd be very much dedicated to it. 100%.
Like if you saw it, you'd be like, "That's a Tool tattoo."
Dude, is there any like hard pieces, like, you know, is like any like subject matter in it that you already know is going to be there, like there's the eye, for example, right?
Yeah, the eye will be there. Yeah. So what I'm going to do is I'm running off of it would be textures.
Ooh.
You know, Because, you know, when you have that sound from any one of the albums, like, I kind of like assimilate it with, like, almost a feeling of, like, you know.
Yeah.
Like, you know?
Absolutely.
Something along
That's
those
so
lines.
cool.
Yeah. So it's like, for me, my developing process, like, for that backseat you just saw, we booked that a month ago, you know? And I'm just, like, since we booked that, I've been just, like, thinking about it, and then I drew that yesterday. In one sitting.
Fucking
Just,
wild, man.
It just comes out, you know? And so, like, I think, like, I kind of just, like, categorize all these different feelings, emotions, textures, you know, shapes.
That's
and then it just kind of comes out, like, boom, boom. Like, I drew that whole back piece in, like, 2 hours.
So, like, the idea of different feelings inspires texture.
100%, yeah. Yeah.
I mean, because you think feelings, you think color, right? Most people, not you, but, like, the average person. But to think texture.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, man.
Because if you see
especially
something
for a
that's really, like,
tattoo,
abrasive, you know, your textures are going to be, like,
hard
lined, and they're, you know, but if you have something like mammal hands, my texture would be something like soft, but then, like, you know, escalating, you know, something that's with, like, a direction of or a movement.
Yeah.
You know?
That's incredible.
Yeah,
That
with
blows
Tool,
my
it would just
mind.
kind of be like this, you know, this, like, infinity of something. Because it's like, if you think of all their albums, like, okay, for Fear Inoculum, you have every one of their albums they've ever played inspired, like Tempest.
Oh,
That's
I said the
Opiate,
same thing, dude. I said
right?
the same thing. I was like,
100%.
Fear Inoculum is the ode to Tool.
100, it is, and that's
It is
exactly
the
that. Yeah.
ode to Tool.
So Invincible, right?
yeah.
That equates to me like The Patient from Lateralis.
Ooh.
You know what I mean?
Great fucking song.
It's one of those songs where it gives you chills. It doesn't matter what time of day you listen to it, how you listen to it. It puts you there. You know what I mean? And that's where, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, oh man, it's got me so psyched.
Yeah.
Feeling and texture.
Yeah.
Because as a musician, you really try to accomplish texture and sound, right?
Totally.
Sound has layers and texture to it, but you know, art is very clearly textured. But to create art based off of feeling inspired by textured music, like
Yeah.
what a fucking chain of events.
Yeah.
A chain of creativity that's just so real and so natural.
Totally. And then same with like, so that the 3-piece set I did for my last art show, I was sitting on all these designs and all these, you know, textures essentially, you know what I mean? Until it just like, boom, I drew and painted all those within like a week. And, you know, but there was like 6 months of me like fucking pulling my hair out.
Yeah.
Because I was just like, I couldn't put it here yet. You know what I mean? couldn't develop it yet.
But
until
you knew
it's
it
just
was
like,
there.
Yeah,
Damn, dude,
Yeah.
that's fucking wild.
totally.
That gets me so stoked.
Yeah. And, you know, actually a lot of those paintings were, I was watching documentaries on like black metal inspired a lot of those. Until the Light Takes Us. Have you heard of that? Dude, it's super sick documentary about like Varg Vikernes of Burzum and
Into the Darkness?
Until the Light Takes Us.
Until the Light Takes Us.
Yeah. I watched that like on repeat. Then I was watching a couple different documentaries on like Chuck Schuldiner. And yeah, so
Well, goddamn, dude.
yeah.
Fuck.
It's what it is, man. Music is literally, it's like I rock climb, I'm an artist, and then like music is my hobby, you know.
Yeah. Music is
Collecting
my
it,
hobby.
hearing it, and you know, absorbing it.
That just gets me so excited because it's not. I mean, one, the artwork is great.
Thank
Like
you.
you're phenomenal. There's just very clear reason why you're doing so well what you do.
Yeah, try.
But you know, we've talked about this before. Like the experience of tattooing. Like you'll always remember the experience.
Totally, dude.
But the experience is so much more. Like there's like an energy, like almost like a soul behind every tattoo.
Totally. And you know what? When I'm doing tattoos for clients, it's kind of like a no, chore's not the right word. It's kind of like it's like a game I play with myself to try to like introduce new music to my clients. Like I'll put on a playlist of like 4 or 5 different bands that I think they'd like, and I'd like to think, you know, not, you know, 8 out of 10 times the client will respond to it like, hey, this is rad. What is this? You know what I mean? And that's why I have like sit down consultations with folks. Like I kind of like see who they are, see what
get a
they're
vibe
into.
for 'em.
Yeah, totally. And then I try to like base like their listening experience for the tattoo.
And that, I mean, the fact that you take so much care into that is such a big difference, though.
Dude, yeah. Yeah,
It's such a huge thing because, you know, like I said, there's like a soul to every tattoo, its own being almost.
Totally.
It's on your body. And, you know, the fact that it's like you're channeling something so, you know, the idea like, okay, we're channeling, the masterpiece is already written. I'm just channeling it through. I didn't write the song. I'm channeling it.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
What you're doing is you're taking this beautiful art that's been channeled into the already wonderful universe.
Yeah.
And you're channeling it through your body and giving it to us onto our physical body. Like you're turning it into a physical thing for
Sounds
us.
so zen.
Well, it's zen, but it's also fucking metal as shit.
Dude, yeah.
Like you're
yeah.
taking this beautiful, incredible vibration of sound and power,
Totally.
and you're channeling it into a physical, tangible experience on our body.
Yeah.
And like that's literally cracked my brain.
Yeah.
Like the amount I've thought about tattoos since I've like met you is absurd.
Dude, rad.
It's not even that I
Thank
want
you.
to be covered. I want this artwork with me. I want it on my body. I'm just so stoked. I'm like, I need to just like put Gavin in a hole, like stay there and design everything for me. You know, and it's a good feeling to have that perspective.
Totally.
It's a good feeling to be psyched.
And the thing is yeah, like not too many other things get me as psyched as music does.
Yeah.
At all. You know?
I mean, nothing can move you like that.
It can't, you know? It's one of those things, you know, it's like food, man. It's like you have, you know, grandma's stew and it puts you back in like, you know, fucking that one spot. Same with music, you know?
Well, music's untouchable too.
Yeah.
I mean,
I don't know if I said it last time, but I was in an elevator with this guy once, and I don't know how it got brought up, but we were talking music because we were like in this, I think we were in Vegas or something. Anyways, he goes, yeah, man, if music died tomorrow, I wouldn't know. I wouldn't know the difference. I remember I kind of like crossed my arm. I'm like, oh, yeah. I was like blown away. I never heard anybody say anything like that. If music died tomorrow, I wouldn't know the difference.
What?
And that stuck with me.
What does that mean?
You know, because I can't think of it for the life of me, like how the conversation got up. Because I mean, we were like waiting in line at the elevator, and in that 2-minute transaction that had came up. I remember I took like a big step back.
Like this motherfucker.
What the fuck.
If music died tomorrow, I wouldn't know the difference.
Yeah.
What does that mean, though? Does it just mean that he like doesn't care, like he doesn't listen, or does it mean the fact that like he's so in love with what's already made? Like, how long would it take for him to even notice that it wasn't around anymore? Like,
yeah, I don't know. How I took it was he didn't give a shit about music, so I don't give a shit about him.
Yeah. You have to be really, really cynical to not care about any music.
Yeah, right.
Like that was like that was the first original celebration of mankind. Like we smacked our chests and hit shit together and jumped around a fire,
bones and shit.
Yeah. Like that's the original party.
Yeah, I'm actually going to I'm going to Denver next week or no 2 weeks. Have you heard of that band Wardruna?
Wardruna?
Yeah.
No.
So Wardruna, they did a lot of the soundtrack or a handful of the soundtrack for that show Vikings.
Oh, dude, I love that show.
So they're beyond that show, they're a very spiritual, powerful band, and I've seen them in Oregon, I've seen them in LA, but we're gonna see them at the Red Rocks Amphitheater. But they use no modern instruments. There's songs where it's just bones. There's songs where it's like cowhide, drums, and they use these big tin horns. It's really fucking powerful, dude.
Holy shit!
But yeah, we're gonna see them in the Red Rocks, so.
Yeah, you gotta get some footage.
But they're, primal. You know what I mean? Absolutely primal. And basically, it's like a sermon. What he does, it's like a pagan, ceremony. So it's really rad.
Damn, dude.
Yeah.
You gotta fucking come on one of these trips.
Yeah.
This sounds amazing.
Yeah, we're gonna get weird for sure.
Well, damn, man, I could talk to you about this for days. I could talk to you for hours.
I love talking music. That's why I send you music.
Dude.
So I send you, my homie Bruce, my homie Spencer, and my buddy Ricky are like the 4 people that I talk to the most. Like I have whole threads of just back and forth music. You know
I gotta start sending you more stuff.
Hey, do it. I encourage it because literally, I fucking love music. I love talking music. I love looking at music. I love all the things pertaining to it. So yeah.
Well, I love learning more about your world, your tattooing and art world.
Yeah.
I'm stoked for this event. I'm stoked for this thing.
Of course, I'll fill you in 100% once it gets closer because, I have some really rad tattooers and artists that have been like, whenever you got it, let me know. So.
Well, Gavin, anything else you want to share with us before we call it for the day?
No. That's it.
Well, I appreciate you
That's
coming
some
on,
game.
and I
Yeah,
I'm,
I
honestly,
think
dude, I like this. I feel like I want to have you on way more often. I love doing the show. I love bringing guests on. Like I got, I like to ask them the questions. I love diving into things, but you're one of those dudes where I can just like chill and just like let's fucking bullshit about music and talk about this and
I hope people
stuff.
are like it as much as we do.
Hell yeah.
Hey, but you know what? The few people that I sent out our last episode to were like, dude, that was a good listen. So I'm like, okay, it's a little bit of validation. You're like, all right, cool.
Hell yeah, dude.
Like, what the fuck are these people talking about? Hey, because I've listened to a handful of your shows, and sometimes like if you're not a musician, you're trying to like keep up,
Well, because I like my whole show is like I want it to be the creative community, right?
Totally.
Like all creativity
Dude,
was like I've had magicians, comedians.
Yeah, I haven't listened to that one yet, but I want to, dude.
Dude, he's the hardest worker in the world.
No shit.
Well,
you have to be hustle of being a magician.
Like all these different things, but like music is such like a close thing. Like, but at the same time, it's great because it doesn't matter what kind of creativity you're in. Like, music plays a role.
100%.
So it's like, there's a lot of parts.
And if it doesn't, you're a fucking loser.
Well, like me and Eric, when me and Eric talk, like it always turns into something like, oh, this drummer that, this guitar player, this band that. You can't help it.
No, you can't.
But I mean, that's everyone's listening to something.
Totally.
Fucking love it.
Be inspired and get better. Yeah.
Absolutely. Well, rock and roll, man. Thanks for coming on.
Thanks,
Peace
buddy.
out.
Yeah.